How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiman and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Chainsaw Man chapter 165. So, what did I think about this week's chapter? Honestly, I thought this week's chapter was fantastic, and I think the main reason for it was because we get to see pretty much an interaction between both Denji and Fami, which is something we haven't seen until now. For I don't believe in the story so far, because now you see them pretty much communicating, and Denji right off the bat does not trust Fami, which I don't blame him. I mean, she was a foe for them and she's always kind of being sketchy, so it was really cool just seeing them interact, as well as seeing Asa and Denji interact in a one-on-one, very personal conversation. So that was all good stuff. Now, before I go any further with this week's chapter, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Chainsaw Man, as well as all my anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter starts off where I pretty much assumed was going to start off, which is pretty much Denji and Asa and the rest of the crew going to find some sushi to eat, because that's what Denji wanted to do in last week's chapter. And you see them all in the train, they're all kind of vibing. And eventually, I guess we find out that the sushi restaurant that they wanted to go is actually closed. So they had to go to this other one. And apparently it's like, you know, from Fami's experience, she's been there before. And she's like, you know what? Yeah, it's the nearest one here. And I hear that they have like fresh fish and all that. And then Kobeni's brother, he's like, yeah, I've been there. I didn't eat their sushi, but I did drink their tea. And it was good. Like, bro, just get out of the conversation. You're not helping anybody, bro. We're going to eat sushi, all right? We're not there to drink some tea. So don't talk about no tea, man. Talk about the food. Just a little tantrum of mine. It's like when I hear my friends or anybody that tells me like, yeah, I went to that place. They had a really good lemonade. Okay, bro, I'm not going to a whole restaurant just for the lemonade, okay? What about the food? But that's my small tangent right now. But continuing on, we pretty much see that as they keep continuing talking, we see that pretty much Denji's like, hey, so like, what's the deal with her? Like, why do you want to fight me, Asa, to begin with? Like, what's the deal with you and Fami, and why do you want to fight me? And Asa pretty much spills the beans, and she just tells Denji like, I want to fight you because if I fight you and I win, I will be able to save you. And Denji's like, did the cult brainwash you? Like, what's going on, Asa? Because she does sound pretty like nuts and insane, you know. So Denji's like, what are you going on about? And then pretty much, you know, Asa tells like Denji like, listen, she can even vouch for me. Fami, come on, explain everything to him. And then you see Fami kind of like, oh, I guess, all right. And she pretty much fills in Denji what we already been told. And we see pretty much that she tells Denji like, listen, you made a contract with the Chainsaw Man, and that's how you get your heart. And this contract was something regarding you having a regular life. So the second you stop having a regular life, the Chainsaw Man will take over your heart again, and he'll be taking over you. So their scheme slash plot is scheme slash plan, I mean, is pretty much consisting of, once Denji gets defeated, take the Chainsaw Man heart out and then replace it with a regular human heart, and therefore Denji will no longer be able to transform into Chainsaw Man, and he'll be just a regular human being. And Denji's right off the bat like as soon as Fami's explaining all this to Denji's like, I don't trust you, bro. Like, how do you know all this stuff? And you see just Fami dead quiet. So once again, how does she know all this stuff after all? I mean, so I don't think that, do I think that Fami is 100% in their side right now? No, I think she has her own goals and her own plan. But what is that exactly? I don't know. But I think she's definitely an opportunist. I think she's definitely slamming her way to, you know, her end goal. Whatever that end goal is, like I said, I don't know. But I don't see her just teaming up or being super friendly with them. I think she's definitely using them. So it'll be very interesting going forward how that plays out. So continuing from that, we see pretty much, you know, Asa just keeps telling Denji like, it's okay, like, you know, once you're a regular human, you can just, everything will be fine. You know, you can just be with Naita peacefully, like all that, and you can just go back to your regular life, you know. And then Denji's like, you know, Asa, back when I was a kid, you know, like toilet paper. And she's like, yeah. I was like, well, I used to eat that as a kid because I was hungry. And then Asa's like, okay, I don't really want to know that. But Denji's like, no, you don't, listen, you don't understand. Once I stopped being hungry, I stopped eating it because I was being fed and, you know, taken care of and having a regular life. Once I started eating regular food and, you know, living a regular life, all of that went away. So my point is that I can no longer like go back. Like, there's no such thing as you guys saying that I will go back to normal. There's no normal for me. Like, there's no turning back. Like, I can't do that. And you see this pretty sad panel where you just see Denji down, and you see like the chaos behind him, and you see Asa kind of like there, like looking at him sadly too. And it's pretty much Denji being 100% right. I mean, there is no turning back. Like, he is too far gone in the sense that they want to tell him like, oh, don't be Chainsaw Man, like, you know, but it's part of his identity. Like, it's something that, how do you take away that? It's like pretty much the idea of, like, for example, like Superman. If you take away Superman's powers, what is Superman? Or, you know, like, is he, like, he's just Clark Kent? But, you know, Superman is part of Clark Kent. So it's that dichotomy that I think it's very fascinating. And also Denji, you know, he has that connection with Pochita, so he wouldn't just want to toss that aside. You know, Pochita was his best friend, and I'm sure that Denji will not just be like, yeah, take away his heart from me. Like, no. So it'd be very interesting to see how that plays out between, you know, Fami, Denji, and Asa, and how that whole heart transplant thing plays out if it were to happen. Which I think it will, because the way that they set it up later in the next couple of panels is where, you know, Asa's like, Denji, I'll protect you no matter what. Like, I'll be there, don't worry, everything will work out because I will protect you. And you see like Asa have like this, you know, like she has this conviction in her eyes, and like you think to yourself, like, what is she thinking about? And my own theory is regarding that when she says, I'll save you no matter what, I'm beginning to believe that if Denji were to be backstabbed by Fami with this whole heart transplant thing, I think that she would be down to, you know, give away her heart and implant it onto Denji. I think that's the way that they're setting it up, at least for myself, from what I read and like I picked up on this chapter. I can definitely see that where, you know, Fujimoto's setting up something like that, because like I said, those eyes behind, you know, Asa's conviction, they really show like, yeah, I'm not playing around. I will protect you no matter what. I will make sure that you're safe. So that'd be very interesting to see how, you know, what Asa does do going forward. And pretty much how the chapter ends after that is pretty much, you know, they're all kind of like very emotional, like they're having a very emotional private talk. And then obviously Katana Man intervenes, and he's just being a hater. My man is like, wow, you guys are a bunch of woozies. Like, I didn't think my grandpa would be rolling over his grave if he saw Chainsaw Man and Chainsaw Man woman just crying and whining. Like, come on, bro. And I love how Asa's like, dude, we're having an emotional, very important moment over here. Can you like just shut it? Like, stop. Like, and it's like, yeah, Katana Man's like the #1 hater. Of course he was gonna intervene in this conversation, which I already figured out too, because I was like, he has not been shown this entire chapter, but he's in the train with him, so I'm sure that he's gonna be the buzzkill at one point, which was great to be fair. And how it plays out pretty much is towards the end, you know, he's pretty much telling like Denji, like, listen, I think I know a way that will be able to fix him and cheer him up and all that. And I was like, really? What would it be? And of course, Chainsaw Man, the cultured man that he is, he definitely goes outside of the box with this suggestion, which is like, yeah, you know what? There is a place that will definitely cheer up any man. So definitely let's take him there. Let's take him to a soapland brothel. And because there's no better feeling than a man boning a woman. And when I got to that the end of the chapter pretty much, I was like, oh, Fujimoto, you're cooking. Like, my man never ceases to amaze me. Like, I'm always like, what is he gonna do to one-up himself to surprise me? This was definitely a shocker. If you had this in your bingo card, like, it's Chainsaw Man and Katana Man gonna go, like, Denji and Katana Man, are they gonna go to a brothel together? I would have said no way. But hey, if you had it in your bingo card, you know, you scratch it off, you're winning. Like, that's insane. I love that. That was very funny. And I can't wait to see how next week's chapter plays out, where I'm sure Asa's gonna be like, no way, and she's gonna be like freaking out. I'm very curious whether or not they'll actually go to this brothel, because I wouldn't put it past Fujimoto to actually take Denji to a brothel. And yeah, I don't have any words to say about this. I just thought it was amazing, very, very fun chapter, and I'm very much looking forward to next week's, because now, you know, something spicy might happen, you know, you never know. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? What do you guys thought? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chainsaw Man, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.